It's just, I keep having, it just feels weird, you know? I have this thought over and over again, which is, we have a car. I don't know why we're doing this. I keep thinking, we have a car. We have a car. Clip clop, we have a car. It's just kind of cold and weird. I feel bad for the horse. Don't you feel bad for these horses? They haul strangers around Manhattan their whole life. Where do these horses live? You're a horse in Manhattan? Where do you live? In my head, he's got a fourth-floor stable walk-up in Chinatown, and he's got to clump up the stairs and kicks the door open and goes, I got to get out of this city. I don't know. I can't take it anymore. I'm going back to Kentucky. Why do we think this notion of the past is so romantic? We do that, though, right? But like 100 years from now, we're going to be going, hey, sweetie, you want to take a Ford Focus around the park? Should we do that? Isn't that, it's exactly what we're doing. If someone from 1800 came to our time and saw that, they'd be going, why are you doing that? We've been trying to get rid of those for a long time. They stink and die. I was walking down the street with a friend of mine who happened to be out of work, and we saw one of these carriage rides, and I said to him, I feel sorry for the horse. Do you know what he came back with? Oh, I bet he's happy to just have a job. That's the point you're at in your life? You're jealous of the animals who are working? He's got an attitude like these horses are coming over here and stealing all our jobs. I tried speed dating. Is anybody giving that a go? Do I know you? Two people are like, yeah, we did that. You know the concept, right? You meet a lot of people in a short amount of time. Here's what's interesting about speed dating. If one rejection a week isn't enough for you, give this a whirl, because 30 an hour is a real rush. It really... It feels like emotional whack-a-mole, is what it feels like. It's just this assembly line of rejection that we've put together that, yeah, this is a great idea. I tried online dating, too. No one ever wants to admit that they did that, but everybody knows someone who met on the internet. There's always half the couple you ask, how did you meet? We met on the internet, and it's usually the man who's like, would you just stop telling people that... It's the laundromat, remember? Why is it? Because if a man's on the internet, it's like, you've done everything you can do. A woman's like exploring her options. A man's like, I've depleted my options. I was reading in a magazine. It said if you're not involved in one of these online dating services, you're just going to get left behind socially, you know. So I signed up, and it changed my life. I went from feeling pretty good about myself to feeling like a leper alone in a room typing. That's what I felt like. Just, oh, look, she likes the outdoors too. I can't believe how many people like the outdoors online. It's just, there are a lot of hypocrites at home typing about their love for the outdoors with carpal tunnel syndrome. Just, I love hiking. Are you there? Where are you? Some technology is amazing. You know, what do we do without a cell phone? It's great. I can communicate mobile, and it sucks all the grease right off my face. Have you ever noticed that? It's disgusting. Don't act like you don't have this problem. This is a universal problem. People stare at me like, not me. Yeah, you. Every time I get off the phone, I'm like, is there Crisco in my ear? What do I do with... This is disgusting. I should clean it. Nobody ever cleans it. You do the same thing I do. You look at it, you go, that's awful, and then you just rub it on your pants. And then right back to your face. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm exfoliating. How are you? Yeah, I was thinking about getting LASIK surgery. I wear contacts, so I was watching some ads. I saw an ad, $150 per eye. Seems low. I'm not into bargain surgery. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the extra cash for the laser in my eye. And $150 per eye. Who's not getting the whole package? Really? Are you telling? A lot of people are walking into the LASIK plate, walking out like Popeye, and yeah, I could only afford to fix one. Could you move over to my right a little bit, please? I'm waiting on a check to clear. Don't clap. Don't clap. I don't have time for your adulations. Is that a word? I may have made that up. It would be tough having vision in only one eye. My friends would mess with me. Hey, Ryan, you want to go check out a show? We're going down to the IMAX. No, I'm going to stay in. I got a sight in my rifle. And I got this new kaleidoscope I've really been wanting to check out, so... I did that joke once, and a woman in the audience yelled out, "I just had one eye done." She was for real. She had one eye surgically corrected for she kept the other eye for nearsighted vision. What kind of personal hell did you create for yourself? I'm driving. I'm reading again. I'm cooking. Flight simulator. Crossword puzzle. Frisbee. You guys have been a lot of fun. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Cyrus McQueen is taking the stage when we return.
All right. You guys having a good time? Yeah. You guys are a great crowd. You're an awesome crowd. And you're very good looking. You're a very good looking crowd. It usually doesn't happen around here. Usually very ugly, but everyone's really working it. Good for you. All right, I'm very excited to bring up this next guy. He's hilarious. He's another good friend of mine. He is in a new film called Obvious Child. The very funny Cyrus McQueen, everybody.
What's up? God damn. Feels good to be on stage. Well, you know, comedy does run in my genes. It does. My father was like a cross between Bill Cosby and Richard Pryor. He was. He was Cosby-like in that he would hide snacks around the house. It was true. And he was like Richard Pryor in that he freebased cocaine. Cracking up all the time, Daddy, cracking up. Oh, man, I feel like there's a lot going on in the news to address. Just last month, the Supreme Court struck down the Defense of Marriage Act. That was a huge step forward for this country. Monumental step forward, monumental. But people forget, Obama came out and supported gay marriage like 4 years ago. He did, because I remember at the time they were saying that it could go down as Obama's I Have a Dream moment, which I found fitting. Can't you see Obama giving that speech? Let freedom ring. Let it ring from the streets of San Francisco to the timeshares in Far Island. Let it ring. Let it ring from the beaches in Provincetown to the unlimited mimosa brunches in Chelsea. Let it ring. But you know Obama would get on the roll. That brother would be like, I have a dream that one day little black boys and little white boys grow up, get married, go overseas, adopt little Asian babies, raise them, buy homes in low-income areas, fix them up, bring up the property values, flip them, start a trend. I have a dream today. Now he was inaugurated on Martin Luther King Day. Let's not forget. Because I remember I was home. I'm flicking through the channels. I noticed that most of the networks seem to reflect the festive atmosphere in D.C. Most of them. NBC's coverage was upbeat. Fucking turn to CNN. Anderson Cooper's grinning from ear to ear. Turn to Fox News. Not as festive. Not as upbeat on Inauguration Day. Wasn't what they were saying, but what they wouldn't say. Well, let's face it, it's what they couldn't say. And that made me realize, Fox News, they need a correspondent that can say all the shit they really think about black people, but get away with it. They need someone like Samuel L. Jackson's character from Django Unchained. They do. They need a Steven via satellite from Candyland. They can be like, you mean to tell me they letting this nigga in the White House? Again? 4 more years all up in the beds. All the washing in the world won't get the nigga out them sheets. They gonna have to burn the beds. Steven, what do you think about Michelle Obama's new haircut? I don't know about them bangs. But I know she can't be rolling her goddamn eyes at Mr. Boehner like that. That's Mr. John Boehner. He a good man. He the Speaker of the Big House. Better put that uppity nigga in the hot box. Give her 10 days. No, it's fine. Say what you will, though. Say what you will about the South, man. I'm fucking tired of New York City, man. I'm over New York City, man, because people just starting to bug me more than they ever have before. Dude, I was on the train the other day. This group of girls gets on the train. You know those girls who say like too much? You know these girls? Like every other word is like. You know these girls? And I'm guessing they were on their way out to a club because this was the conversation I hear. Yeah, we're like so getting hooked up tonight. Seriously, yeah, I met the guy. His name's JP. He's like a promoter. I think he's a promoter. Yeah, seriously, yeah. And we're like getting drink tickets. We're like getting it for free. We're like on a list. Seriously, we're like on the